Alright, what's up, dude? So this is a dot assassin video. Now, I was looking for MVs on my Berserker, and I literally could not find dot assassins. And I also was bugging the fight every single fight. So I decided, you know what? Let me make a dot assassin so I can like get in fights pretty easily. Now, dot assassins are really needed for like MV. For other things, it's kind of whatever. But MV has a few little things where you need to like debuff him to get the chains off him, and dot just deals a lot of damage over time because he has so much health. So I have this very well put together dot assassin build. It is currently min-maxed to hell. So here's my jewelry. Here's my weapons, my blah 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 blah. And here are my stats. Now I'm gonna explain everything. So you want the corrosion because corrosion will make your dots do more damage, and that's the whole point of the build. Honestly, you don't even need corrosion. Where were we? Corrosion. Now you want corrosion because corrosion makes your dots do DPS, just more of it. And the only reason corrosion is just like, it's just there for good measure, because if you have someone with connoisseur, they're going to remove those dots anyways. So, I mean, you could take vitality if you're scared of dying. Now, I take Blessed Ring of the Dragon most of the time, just so I can like get damage buffs against when I light people on fire, and I have Inferno enchant. So you could take Blight Ring or something if you want to. It doesn't matter, but this gives you the most damage. Fortune Earrings are an obvious, and so are Pinpoint. Ice Rhine Sai I use just because I think it looks cooler than the Blight Rock daggers, but I'm sure you could use those ones as well. I think Ice Rhine Sai just has a chance of applying Frost, which you can't apply normally, ever, without these daggers. So we take Inferno Enchant because Inferno Enchant has a way higher chance to proc than Cursed. A lot of people like to go Cursed because it puts curses and it's random. But I think Inferno Enchant has a higher enchant to proc, and you just want debuffs because it doesn't matter what, because your Chaos Orb will be doing the debuff spitting. Okay, you don't need Cursed because Inferno applies way more, so you have a chance to proc more Chaos Orbs, if that makes sense. Now you can take Curse if you want. I mean, I don't care. But I will not argue with you in the comments. Now, Chaos Orb is obvious because Chaos Orb will put more debuffs on the target if you apply debuffs. There's like a 30% chance that it'll spit out more debuffs. You'll see how crazy this gets when we have a lot of debuffs like Poison Fan. It'll just spit out a ton of random debuffs. Now, I go Draga because Draga has Blood Shard. And why else did I go Draga? I honestly went Draga because it looks cool. But it has Blood Shard, which can apply quite a bit of like debuffs. And I mean, it has Life Steal, which is just nice. You don't need it. And then killing an enemy grants speed and luck boost for the rest of the fight. I mean, luck is good for Assassin, but that's not really why I went it. I only went it for Blood Shards and because I got it before Dullahan. I think Dullahan might be a little better, but Blood Shards apply a ton of debuffs, and it's pretty easy to use. Whereas Dullahan has one debuffing ability, and the second one, Lifeless Skull, kind of doesn't always put debuffs on them, but Blood Charge just usually applies a ton of debuffs. It's up for debate. You can do whatever you want or whatever you have. I like Draga. It looks way cooler than Dullahan. Dullahan is kind of lame looking. Everyone has it, so I go Draga. Now, for the armor, you want Armored Lancer. The reason you want Armored Lancer is because it gives so much health and then a chance to gain energy. That's literally it. Now, speaking of energy, Ice Rhine Sai, I think I have 4 Voltaics and 3 Empowering. And then obviously you want to go Alchemist with this build because you want to put debuffs on the enemies. Now, last things last, I'm going to show you what I did for my mastery tree, and then we can go straight into the clips of fights. Now, with this build, I still get a ton of Ghost Flame. Like every fight I get Ghost Flame on. Like it's not even a question in my mind. Will I get Ghost Flame? Unless the fight's like 2 seconds long, you're gonna get Ghost Flame on them. And I've gotten up to 6 Ghost Flame before. So okay, so this is the mastery tree. As you can see, we went down the middle tree fully, because the first slot gives you toxic vitality. Dodging attack causes you to fire off a poison dagger and inflicting 2 poison. Now this is really good because this is based on your passive. So when you dodge with even an undodgeable attack, you will throw a dagger at them. Now that's awesome because that poison the dagger applies will stack with Chaos Orb, so it may apply even more than just the poison. Now Poison Fan proficiency is really good because if the target is already poisoned, it deals 15% more damage and applies 2 bleeding. Now this is not the only thing it does, it also applies 8 sundered, as you can see in the video. I don't know if that's a bug or whatever, but it happens 100% of the time. That's why I always dangerous mixture and then I poison fan, because if the target is already poisoned, they will get 8 sundered and 2 bleeding and possibly even more debuffs. It is crazy. Now for this side of the tree, what does this do? It doesn't even matter, honestly. I think I just went this side of the tree for luck. So just do whatever you want. I have more mastery points now. I think I'm going to even just put them like this. I'm just going to do this, guys. There you go. Boom. I don't even want... I'll just put the rest in strength as well. Because I don't think this really matters. And then... obviously, you can't get another second one. So that's it. Boom. That's all you want. It's really OP. Let me show you the clips of the fights now.
Now, soloing stuff is not insane with this build. It's mainly like a support build in terms of like it just does a shit ton of debuffs, which will help carry like mid teams through MV, because teams that don't do enough damage, that's when the dot really shines. But if you have Connoisseur, like a Connoisseur teammate, it's going to be insane. I have a friend who's a Connoisseur Elementalist. I'll put some clips in here. He literally just one-shots with Connoisseur. I've seen him do like 4,000 damage with Connoisseur. It's insane. But you don't really want to go Connoisseur on Assassin because they nerfed it. Connoisseur scales with Arcane and Strength. So it's a little bit mid to go on Assassin at the moment, because even if you crit, it only does like 400 damage. It's just not worth it to grind. Maybe if you really want to min-max your Assassin and get Connoisseur, that's fine, but you will not see me doing that. So now we have like 5 energy, so I'm just going to like Dangerous Mixture the middle crab. I honestly could have just... look at all those debuffs just off a single Dangerous Mixture. I could have Poison Fanned off the bat, but I'm just trying to do like a full combo so you guys can see what it's like. Look at that. 8 sundered. Do you see that? 8 sundered and he dodged. Is that not insane? And if you don't know, sundered just quadruples your damage. And then he should die. And hopefully he'll just kill the rest. Just like that. All right, the only setup I'm going to do before the fight is drinking an energy potion, because that's all I have right now, and I want to make the fight go by faster. If you don't have energy potion, just do the same thing. You'll just have less energy. Honestly, the only reason I'm soloing yarthul is just to show you guys how many debuffs you can get on him. Normally, you wouldn't really solo with this build. You would just duo with someone else, and you'd just be like, oh, looking for quick yarthul runs. This is like an MV build, though, so this is probably what you'll do if you want to do an MV and stuff like that. Okay, boom. So 2 turns in, full energy, use Magma Pillar. We're going to go right into Dangerous Mixture. And then Ice Shards is also a really good ability to use with this because it applies a shit ton of debuffs. Especially with the Ice Rhine Sai. So then we're going to Poison Fan because he's poisoned. Bonk. 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 All right, let's see. 8 sundered. There we go. That's freaking insane. Now, instead of doing like all my other debuffs, I'm just going to see how much damage I can do. I'm going to surprise package him because I'm solo, so I like kind of need to get like a little damage output. And since he has 8 sundered or 6 sundered now, I think with my Shadow Form Strike, I might proc it, and it might do a lot of damage, especially if I crit on both things. So let's see. Stealth Strike. Boom. I mean, right there. He got stunned. Let's hit him with a Blood Shard. See what he has now. That was ass. That was an ass Blood Shard. Normally, you'd want your Blood Shards to do, like, a lot of debuffs, but it doesn't always happen that way. He's going to Magma Beam me, but I don't care because I'm at full health. I'm going to Ice Shards. And look at my Dangerous Mixture is already back up. So I could use that again, and it would still be really good. Not too many debuffs there. Okay, I'm goofy, and as you guys can see, I have Metrom's Amulet on instead of my Chaos Orb. So you see all these debuffs I'm putting on him? I do not even have Chaos Orb. See, that's why I was wondering why he didn't get a lot of debuffs. All right, so we're going to do Chaos Orb now, and a little trick, if you didn't know, is you can put on stuff during the cutscene. So in case you forgot something, boom, Chaos Orb is on. See right there, and then I can drink an energy potion as well right here. All right, Dragon, round 2. All right, I'm expecting to be overwhelmed by the amount of debuffs I put on him because I was already astonished the first run. This run has got to be better. So like I said, double meditate into debuffs. And you could do Corrupted pretty easily too. If you're ever getting low, just Blood Shard. You'll get full HP. Look at, I dodged him. And look at, I put on 2 poison and 2 weaken. Just because I dodged him. And I didn't even dodge. It was my passive. Hellfire. Look at, I put another poison on him. All right. So now what we're going to do is Dangerous Mixture. Okay. Very cool. I put a fire on him, so that basically gives me more damage to him because the Inferno enchant and the fire ring. Okay, look at all these debuffs. That is insane. Let me try to just build up as much debuffs as I can. So I'm just going to Ice Shards as well right now. You could easily just SP Shadow Strike him and it would do a shit ton of damage. But I'll save that for the end. Look at all those debuffs. I put Ghost Flame on him and I'm not even Dullahan. 4 Ghost Flame and I'm not even Dullahan. Am I even low? And then look, I can Metrom's Grasp. It doesn't even matter. I'll do Surprise Package White now. I'll probably one-shot him. I'll actually pop it with my blood. Boom. I mean, that was way faster. That was like insanely fast. We didn't even get to see all the debuffs I could put on him. So just imagine doing that full rotation in MV. You will literally put like an insane number of debuffs on him. And now that's it. That's the video. You want to make sure your soul tree is pretty kitted with this build. You do want to have the Lux soul tree, but you also want to have the damage soul tree. So obviously the most important soul tree is the defense one. Make sure you have like this right here, this health one, and then you can kind of spec here if you want. You can kind of spec here if you want. I haven't even filled these out just because I'd rather put points in damage, but at least get the health one, right? The luck one is right here. This is like the max luck one right here. So you want to get that too. But honestly, before the luck one, I would get the damage one. So you want to get damage 1 up to damage 2, right? Then after that, you want to get your crit damage, and you want your dot. Now this is like a ton of soul points. So if you really want to be min-maxed out, you have to like farm a ton of slots, but it's not too hard, okay? Let's go do a corrupted Yarthul. I know this video is a bit long, but I like to show like unedited gameplay because I want you guys to really see what I do. Some YouTubers are very like TikTok brain, they think their followers are, so they just like, you know, are super quick with their videos and they don't really go into depth gameplay explanations. So some people are just left confused as to actually how to buff up, you know, and how to play fights. So the different options you have each fight. That's the cool thing about this game is arcane lineage it's pretty diverse in terms of what you can do. So it's like you want to know all the options you have because you never know what situation you'll be in, and it's just more fun to do something different. You don't want to be here like on repeat, just doing the same shit over and over. Else that gets boring. All right, corrupted Yarthul. I assume this is gonna be easy and a bit more fun because we can see more debuffs on him. Maybe I'll even get to use Metrum's Grasp. Metrum's Grasp you'll only really use if you have extra energy and if you're like with someone with Connoisseur, because Metrum's Grasp will bonus the Connoisseur damage by a ton. Now, the question you have to take into mind is, will the Metrum's Grasp energy be worth the energy you could have used on more debuffs, if that makes sense? I'm not sure. I haven't tested out like debuffing fully and connoisseuring with a friend versus debuffing halfway and then Metrum's grasping and then connoisseuring. It's kind of like look at, he has 4 poison. I didn't even play the game yet. 8 cursed. Now we're gonna poison fan. And after poison fan, I'm probably gonna blood shard because I'm a bit low. Okay, that's insane. He has 10 sundered right now. All right, blood shards. Look at how many debuffs he has. This is crazy. Okay, so he's at like 1437. Well, let me do something really quick, actually. I'll ice shards him. So he takes like, I'm not sure how much damage he takes from debuffs each turn, but I think it's quite a bit, especially with the ghost flames. So now what we're gonna do is we'll just strike him. The reason I striked him is because I'm trying to get a little bit of voltaic procs. So then now I'm at 3 energy. I can surprise package him. He's gonna magma pillar. Then what I'm going to do is stealth and then stealth strike. So shadow form. And then I'm going to self strike. So he's at like 1200 health. Boom. Like almost 1000 damage. Now he might ult this next turn, but I'm full health. And I don't really care. So I'm just going to dangerous mixture him. He can ult. That's fine with me. He doesn't even. But I have shattering as well. So I'm just doing so much damage. I'll poison fan again, and this might just kill him. As you can see, the cooldown for all these abilities is insane too. I can just use them back to back to back. Like I was not sweating one bit during this fight. Like, well, that's it. So that's the assassin build. I'm not going to show Thorin or MV, but trust me, it's the same setup. It's pretty easy. You're going to be doing that with a group. So just imagine how much easier it's going to be with a group. And yeah, enjoy this build. Till next time.